Okay. Okay.
Let's talk our talk. Africa voice in diaspora. Chinebani TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinebani TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinebani TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinebani TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedani TV. Now that it happen, no. Now that it selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinedani TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinebani TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinebani TV. Now where we go there. Chinebani TV. Gather your family, call everybody, yo. Chinebani TV. Prison what don't want to go.
Hello, my people. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you're watching Chinedu Anichi from. I don't know where you're watching African Voice. But remember, my name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity, so the African Voice in diaspora, connecting Africa at home and those who are in diaspora. Today, remember, Chinua Achebe told us of the blessed memory, a renowned professor and a great novelist, that if an outsider tells your story, it will never end without prejudice. That the best thing is for you to tell your own story. Talk your own talk. Tell your own story. Africans, we are here to tell our own story as Africans. We are here to tell our own story. And today we will be telling the story of a great son of Usoka Asado Idekarumona, Nelinkashi, Mubodozo Jetofe. Today we'll be talking about the great son of Enugu State, the great son of Nigeria. When excellence becomes a lifestyle, my people, nations rise. Welcome to African Voice on Chinedu Anichi TV, where we celebrate Africans, inspire greatness across the world. Today, I am honored to host a distinguished leader, a patriotic innovator, and a proud son of Nsukka, Major General Victor Okudili Ezugu retired, fondly known as Rambo. So he's the man who pioneered Nigeria's first indigenous mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle, a product of courage, creativity, and commitment to service. So this morning, we are discussing excellence in service, what it means to lead with integrity, to innovate fearlessly, and to inspire a generation to serve with purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, join Chinedu Anichi TV as I bring to you live and direct, flesh and blood, this great son of ours, the legendary Major General Victor Ezugu. And here I'm privileged. Who am I to bring him to the show? Hello, General. Oh, sir.
Brother, thank you so much. Yeah. I collect this salute with pride.
Yes,
thank you so much,
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming to this show. Yeah, this is your boy, Chinedu Anichi, and this is your own. You are in your own show. Yeah, and I salute your humility, the humility demonstrated to be here. Who am I, sir? Yeah. So you're welcome to this show. So today we just want to talk our talk. What inspired us to start this platform was, just like I initially mentioned, the advice, the elderly advice. You know, they said in Julius Caesar, when Brutus did the dirty job, they said they needed the gray hair to talk to the Romans. So when a gray hair spoke to us, the younger generations, of Africans that when an outsider talks your story, it will never be complete. It will never end without prejudice. That it is good that we cultivate the idea of telling our own stories, talking our own talk, talking about our own people, how we feel, where we find ourselves. So today, in this platform, we talk about Africans, successful ones, who left legacies, who served with integrity, and you are one of them. So today, the spotlight is on you. And that is why we respectfully, most respectfully, invited you to this show. So you're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's my honor to be here too.
Okay, sir. So thank you. Let me just bring you to the floor. Please introduce yourself to our very esteemed audience because they are watching. For those of you watching on Instagram, those of you on Facebook, those on YouTube, remember we have Major General V.O. Ezugu retired on the show. Please, may you introduce yourself, sir.
Thank you so much, Chinedu, my dear brother. I'm glad to be here. I'm speaking from Nigeria, and it's quite a pleasure to join you on this your very, very widely spread program. My names are Major General Victor Okudili Ezugu, retired. I hail from Ukehe in the Iwetiti local government area of Enugu State. I am a member of the 37th regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy. We joined the NDA in 1985 and rounded up our training as graduate officers in 1990. I was posted to the Infantry Corps. I served for 35 years and I have just retired 2.5 years ago. This month of October, in 2 days' time, we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary, cumulative anniversary of our training up to now in the academy, along with my classmates. So in a nutshell, I've served the Army, the Infantry Corps of the Army successfully. I attended a lot of military operations in Sierra Leone, in Liberia. Back home, I was in Bakassi Peninsula against the Cameroonians, defending our sovereignty. I was in Niger Delta in Warri, precisely to be a bridge between the Ijo and the Shekiri crisis. I was in the Northeast, in Adamawa State as a brigade commander. I was in Meduguri as a general officer commanding. So I've seen it all. To crown it all, by the grace of God and the wisdom of Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Bratai, I was made, the commandant of Depot Nigerian Army, from where I made my recruits to produce small patrol vehicle, and from there he took me to Daikon, where we produced now a bigger vehicle. So in a nutshell, this is who I am. In the course of the interview, we'll be judging on to know more about me. Thank you so much, Chinedu.
Yeah, great. This is great. This is great. Thank you. I am so happy, sir. I'm so happy. So, General, because we don't have time, people like you like it straight because you are coming from a regimental orientation, and I just want to ask you, the first question I want to ask you, General, is, General, you had a remarkable career built on discipline and innovation. How do your personality define what excellence in service is? Because that's our topic today. And what principle guided you through your military journey?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. It's a good starting point. Well, my personality as a leader influenced so much in the outcome of my career because I was trained to be an officer, and an officer is a leader. I started from platoon commander as a young officer to company commander to battalion commander to brigade commander and to command the corps of the infantry. In all these, appointments and the various ranks I held from second lieutenant to major general, my personality, to the glory of God, not me making it, but God working through me, have been very, very instrumental in giving a very successful output, both in battle and off battle. So I am quite grateful to God that He guided me all through my career. And I also want to thank my mentors that mentored me in the course of my career from 1990 to date. I'm so grateful. Some of them of blessed memory. May their soul rest in peace. May God bless their souls. Many of them are living, and they know that I owe them my respect and that I owe my all to them. Then for the principles that guided me, One of them is exactly the caption of this, our conversation today, which is excellence in service, a product of positive mindset. I had a very positive mindset. I know what I wanted in my life. I don't like defeat. I don't like to fail. So all my career, in everything I touch, I know that me, Victor Ezugu, don't want to fail in every assignment given to me. So in every, but as a child, starting from when I was a young boy, I just started manifesting these attributes and they guided me all through my career. And I'm so grateful to my parents. I'm so grateful to my senior brothers, my uncles, and those of them who fathered me from outside my parents. I'm so grateful to all of them because another principle is that you need to, people to mentor you. And in the course of my life, a lot of people mentored me, guided me, and it was very good. And another principle which I must mention is that God needs to be given the right of place in our life. Because if without God, what can man achieve? So I want to pay my very highest respect to God Almighty, who, for those of us who believe, through his Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, was instrumental to see me through. Death priced me many times, but God did not allow me to pay the price. So I'm so grateful. Another principle that I need to expound in this interview is the principle of, hard work, exemplary leadership. It is very, very important that all of us need to, excel in what we are doing. The gap between success and failure is just on the dramatic personnel who are those who are involved in it. So in all my life, I've been given leadership positions and I've tried my best to make the best out of it. Another principle which I really want to talk about is that principle of, one trying to develop love for your subordinates. When you're a leader, when you're a master, that man you're leading, those people you're leading, they are the opportunity cost of your position. So you must place them, take good care of them. So I abhor maltreatment of my subordinates. I try as much as possible to make sure that they are happy. I provide for them, give them their dues so that they can pray for me, so that they can obey me, so that they can follow me. So in the course of this interview, when we come to the operational aspect of my life, I will give you one or two, instances where, we had a very good relationship with my subordinates and it saved a lot of situations for us. So in a nutshell, these are the points I want to make for this particular question. Thank you so much, Chinedu.
Yeah, thank you, General. Yeah, thank you, General, for that wonderful, very wonderful and mind-blowing answer. In summary, you talked about excellence in service. First of all, you defined your mission. You knew where you're going. You know what you wanted. And again, you recognize that divinity is superior to humanity. And at difficult times where the sensuality or our five senses fail, divinity can stretch a finger to show who he is in your life. I'm so happy that a man who has conquered battles, trigger happy, done a lot of records in the military exploits like you, can refer to God. So I give it to you, sir. Thank you. So I would also like to talk about leadership under pressure. They say you led in high stress environments where decisions meant life or death. What does true leadership look like in moments of pressure? And how can civilians apply those same principles in business or public life?
Okay. Thank you very much. One thing that I need to start off with on this point is that military career is a regimented career based on hierarchy and based on seniority. So your senior is like a teen god for you. You must accord him all due respect. And that's why you see the rate of discipline is higher in the military than in the public space or in the outer space there. So I want, the civilians and others, whether minister, whether you're a governor, that element of regimentation must be in you. so that you'll be able to get your priorities right, set targets for yourself, set milestones for every project given to you, make sure you deliver. As a military officer, we are managing men in war. So you mismanage them in war, you pay the price. Casualty will be high. You might even be the one that will pay the price, the price of carelessness and mistakes. So you need to avoid a lot of mistakes so that people don't die. In civil space, businessmen, you need to also be very, very articulate. You need to be very, very well informed. You need to be very well, respect your subordinates who are those learning business under you or those you are controlling in business. You need to please place them very, very well so that they can give you good results. Also, in the public space, accountability in the military is very, very important. When your superior gives you 100,000 naira to do a job, he expects you to do it very, very well. And if you don't do that, you'll be punished. But in the civil space, particularly in political governance in Africa and in Nigeria, people don't account for money given to them by taxpayers' money given to them for projects. And that is the reason why you see most of us in Africa were not performing very well in terms of political leadership. So what military, you can be tied to stake and fired for negligence and abuse of office in the military. People have paid that price. But in the civil space, even when you go to court, the judicial system is not, does not have the pan to be able to make people to be afraid to commit offenses. So my take on this is that part of the military tradition, that respect for seniors. You can see some people don't respect most of their senior colleagues and even those placed ahead of them. So it is important that we'll be able to get it right in that space so that they can borrow a leaf from the military and be able to perform very well. One thing again I like about the military and that I know that I benefited from it is the issue of mentorship. Now you need to prepare. When a superior gives you a task in the military, he will give you all the wherewithal you need. We call it command philosophy in the military, mission command philosophy. You must provide your subordinates with everything you need to perform a task for you so that you can be able to guide him to do that. But in the public space there, they don't do that. In Europe and America, to some extent, they have achieved so much in that regard, and that is why you see the level of development and technology is very, very key to their progress in life. Back home in Africa, and this your program is centered in making sure that we Africans will get it right, like our brothers in Europe and America and Asia. Situation where we don't account for resources or mismanaged resources. People are not paying price for negligence. But in the military, for every negligent act you do, for everything that you don't get right, you must pay for it. You might not be promoted even when you come first in the military because of one act of indiscipline or one act of failure in whatever a task that is given to you. It might cost you your promotion. It can cost you your career. But here in the other space, people don't pay for things that they don't do right. Even if they pay, it's not much. There was a station in Nigeria where some high-profile, political leaders were jailed for corruption, and another government came and granted them state pardon. For me, this is an aberration. When people commit offense, let them pay for it. No mercy at all. So long as they are justified and the law finds them guilty of an offense, they should be left there to suffer. So these are just the few, flip sides of military and public life that I will point on for now. And maybe in the course of our conversation, we hit another target on the head again. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I wish I just wish people are listening to what you're saying because discipline is paramount. Discipline cannot become discipline can the effect of discipline, and having a supervisory role are not selected justice. They're what they call selected justice. So this person three people commit the same offense. The way the other man is treated is not the way the other man is treated, and this is what the civilians do. And I know it's part of what has stagnated or what has perpetuated our state in this economic quagmire we're seeing ourselves today. if people are really punished for what they do, punished for their offenses clearly, any other person coming will wake up. You will wake up because you know that the same thing that happened to the other man could also happen to you. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, let me come to this very important thing. Why Chinedu and Ichi TV, the African Voice, looked for you. Because let me tell you, I want to tell you there, I'm not sounding because you're here. Nigerians are hearing me and they know what my platform do. The reward principle of our country is very, very low. The way we are, people who do good are rewarded. So, and some of us have decided CNN will not talk about our people. You understand? The Fox News will not talk about our people. We have decided to talk about our great men and women. And that is why we look for you. And this question is the reason, the major reason why we look for you. Other reasons that are good, like the integrity, a lot of things you have done in the operation. But today, they say you pioneered Nigeria's first indigenous MRAP vehicle, a feat of patriotism and creativity. What inspired that project? And what does it teach us about believing in African-made solutions?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think you are touching at the very highest point of my military career. The irony there and the paradox there is that the man who you're referring to as having pioneered the production of very high-profile military arsenal of war, which is an engineering field. This man talking to you here, I read history. I'm not an engineer. This man talking to you here, I'm an infantry officer. I'm trained to fight and go and kill in war or be killed. But here I am, having a very big armored vehicle, the first time that we're producing in our country and in West Africa. I think I know about that. That in the whole of West African sub-region, Nigeria is the first to produce a mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle. So having given you this background, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai made me the commandant of Depot Nigerian Army in 2016. Thereafter, I made my recruits there to produce patrol vehicle because they gave us both tradesmen and non-tradesmen. These tradesmen are those who already have a career. They have a handiwork. Some of them are plumbers, mechanics, panel beaters, and so on and so forth. So I made them to produce a small patrol vehicle. So my training here must be very practical, not theory. So during the POP of these recruits, the personal parade, they displayed these vehicles. The chief of army staff then, General Buratai, was held in spellbound about what he saw. So they dismantled one of these vehicles, assembled it, and also drove it away from the parade ground. It was a feat that Indians did in their Maruti vehicle. And then so I never knew that the chief of army staff had another intention after that personal parade. 2 months later, my posting came out again. I was posted to Nigerian Army Vehicle Manufacturing Company, a brand new company that he set up so that we can go and start producing vehicles for the army. I told him, sir, that this it was just now play with that. He said, carry the soldiers that produce those vehicles, carry the engineers that work with you, go bigger vehicles for the army. And this is one thing I must give him, that he inspired me and the rest of us to do that. He did that, he provided resources, and we went and started trying our luck. God gave me one Nigerian engineer called Engineer Shedrack Agbo, 29 years, young man. He came to me and said, sir, I can help you in this, your quest to produce armored vehicle. I don't have a platform to use, and then I think I can be of help to you. So he gathered some other engineers, Bashir, Prince, and others, Engineer Mao, about 7 of them. I brought them into the company, and let me cut a long story short. We started producing armored vehicles, and it was a fantastic thing. Once there's a will, there's always a way. So from then, the Chief of Army Staff took me to Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria, DICOP. established in 1964. They have been doing their best to produce ammunition, weapons, but they have not been able to produce armored fighting vehicles and other arsenals of war. So by going there, I'm the first non-engineer to be posted to DICON, and I'm the first historian to be posted to the DICON. They have been always having either engineers or mechanical engineers as their generals commanding the institute. But when I went there, I carried these young boys again, and from there, the bigger picture came. We were able to produce the first, second, and third series or fourth series of these vehicles. Research during war, you need to be very, very fast. You need to be very, persistent in outcome. So God helped us. We were able to do that, and these vehicles are doing very well in the field, fighting. One thing I need to let me just tell you how good this vehicle is. When Lieutenant General Yahya was Chief of Army Staff, we went to Owerri to celebrate the Chief of Army Staff annual conference in Owerri. And then they asked we should provide display of all the military vehicles that we use in Nigerian inventory. From Abuja and Kaduna, they use low bed to convey the Chinese MRAP, the Turkish MRAP, all the foreign MRAP. They use low bed to carry them from Abuja to Owerri. But 3 units of Ezugu MRAP that went to display in Owerri, they drove from Kaduna by road, and they set off on a Thursday. By Friday morning, they're all in Owerri. Others are carried by low bed to show you how strong that the vehicle is.
Wow.
So when we display the vehicle, Ezugu MRAP stole the show, and that is to show you the quality of the vehicle that produces. It wasn't a joke at all. It was an engineering masterpiece. And like I used to say, I thank God, I thank General Buratai for everything. And I'm really very grateful to God that the President Buhari then said the vehicle should be named after me, and he's bearing my name. May so rest in peace. But I think that is the greatest honor that I think I have received from my country, that an engineering masterpiece like that is running around the streets, fighting battles, and bearing the name of Ezugu, which is my name. I give God the glory and I thank General Buratai.
Wow. Yes. Oh, once again, the carbon. I'm so happy that. But before we go on, and let's just have this our music. And hey, oh my God, I'm so happy.
Let's talk our talk. Africa voice in diaspora. Chinebani TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinebani TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinebani TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinebani TV. Africa's arise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh yeah, everybody join the Chinebani TV. Now they happen, no. Now they selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinebani TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinebani TV. Voice of Africa, what they show. Chinebani TV. Now where we go there. Chinebani TV. Gather your family, call everybody, yo. Chinebani TV. Prison what don't want to go.
Yes, so my people, we are back. Yes, we are back. That's a good display. Let me highlight it, sir. Let me highlight it. So that's the Ezugu MRAC. Wow. Wow, that's great.
You have a lot of them. Chinedu, you can also show a lot of the videos and pictures of the MRAP that you have. It's good, so that it's not my voice alone, so that our audience can see it and see that it's not a fallacy at all.
Yeah, I just I don't think I have all those MRAC. I think This is the pictures available to me for now. But on the
Okay.
course of the display after recording, I'm going to bring it in. This one is just a
Okay.
live show. By the time
Okay,
we'll be
thank you.
posting the recording, I will bring in all those stuff. Okay,
Thank you.
my people, you can see by yourself what a Nigerian, an Nsukka Ukehema was able to do in Nigeria. So I think I'll give it to the president, the former president, may his soul rest in peace, also for being generous enough to name it after you, because it's a great thing. It's a great thing. I think it will remain indelible in the history of Nigeria that a man like this passed through the military organization, because our people know how to easily forget things. But I know with that, we'll be able to look at it. So, okay, let's forge ahead. Let's forge ahead, sir.
Yes,
I am
thank you.
so happy about what I'm seeing and what the world is seeing. Okay, those of you in the comment section, so what do you think? Remember, if you look at the screen, we'll have +1 701 989 1910. If you want to call in, you are free. Call on WhatsApp. If you're outside Nigeria, remember +1 701. The number is displayed on the screen. If you want to call, if you want to appreciate the general, if you want to ask him question, please, we have thrown it open for you. For those of you who are watching on Instagram, those on YouTube, those on TikTok, wherever you're watching now, please, it is time. Ask questions. But before that, I will continue. If you have any call, I will answer and let him hear what you are saying. But before then, we will continue our discussion. Continue our discussion. So, but in between the line, I want to, okay, let me just say many young Nigerians struggle with finding purpose and discipline. What advice will you give to the next generation, our generation and the younger ones coming, about serving the country, community, or calling with excellence? That is our discussion. What's your advice? How we can add, you see, excellence will become the bedrock, it will become the motivating principle in all our callings, our careers, and community service, both public and private.
Thank you so much, Chinedu. I think you're quite correct that we need to emphasize excellence in whatever we do. So my first advice is that it starts from the home, the parents, the senior brothers, junior brothers, and relatives of a child. You begin to mold that child with the kind of attributes and qualities that will make him to be a great person. Most of the time, they say some children from childhood, they know that this child is going to become a great man. So leaders are born and leaders are made. It depends on how opportunity that you have. So if you're born, it's divine, it's destiny, it's okay. But some of them are made. So parents need to put, because right from the word go, when a child is a toddler, when you have a toddler at home or a little child, 1 year, 2 years, up to 5 years, just those basic things when you need to beat them, when you need to draw them back, when you need to give them a peck, you need to do that so that children have a. The next is the schools. The schools have a role to play. So, like in Enugu State now, the governor of Enugu State is going to constructing 260 smart schools in all the wards in Enugu State, and they want to bring technology into primary school, strata of our education in the state. Is a very good way to start, a very commendable way to start. We need to begin to give the children right education. Another strata, another layer that has a role, and mosques. Please, spirituality is very important. Most of this interview, I will never fail to always push about the importance of God Almighty in our life. So our spiritual leaders, they need a role, they have a role to play in making sure that they help the parents to groom these children in the path of excellence as they are growing up. Now, the government has also a role to play because it is what you give, that is what you're going to get back in return. So teachers and government, generally, they have a role to play also. Then, apart from all these I've mentioned now, the road to excellence begin to take various aspects of our human quality, into account in the upbringing and growing up of our children toward the path of excellence. And one of the things I need to mention here is that we need to build a very resilient spirit. That you fail does not mean bring the end of your life. I keep saying that's one of my philosophy in life, that failure is a sacrosanct and compulsory ingredients of success. So people should not allow failure to weigh them down. Yes, you failed primary one. Yes, you failed in secondary school. Yes, you didn't complete this. It doesn't mean that life has ended for you. So you should build on it and have a feedback, learn lessons from your mistakes, and then project yourself very well. Another philosophy that I have that I need to address all these issues we're raising now about how the younger ones can become great is that I have this philosophy of life that you don't allow your contemporaries, you don't allow your mates to be taller than you and shorter than you at the same time. Don't ever allow it. If they take this part of tallness, my brother, you take the part of shortness. The tallness, I mean, is academic excellence, intellectual capacity. Some people are built like that. They know book, they are very, very good. Personal attributes and quality, the resilient spirit, that loyalty, that discipline. These ones are not academic, not measured by academic. It's measured by who you are. I usually give an example that among my course mates in the Defense Academy, that's 7 regular course, we have the high flyers. We have those gurus who win, when they go to courses, they win commandant paper, they come first, second, third, they win awards. They are the taller guys in my course. I don't want to mention their names. We have a lot of them in our course. And I'm not one of them because I never won any award. I never come first, second, third, even 10, I never come. But, brother, when it comes to the shorter aspect of life, that is where your attribute, your quality, your personal quality, interpersonal relations, where it can give you results. Oh, Vic Dezugu is dug in there as an oracle. I was among the first person, I was the first to be made a general officer commanding among my course. That's it. And I was a brigadier, not even a major general. And I was made a GOC. That is, I carry first from that aspect. And it's because of my, my strength in operations. What God, my brigade, battalion commanders under me, how I organize them, how we dealt Boko Haram, very deadly blows. The chief of army staff, and quickly he moved me as a GOC. So you carry first in that regard. If I didn't carry first in any other thing, let me take first in that other one. Okay, so you don't allow your mates to, in terms of personal quality, they come there and beat you again. It's not good. And finally, in the way to grow up and become excellent person, I advise, and is one of my philosophy in life, that it is better you are the victim than being the victimizer. It's better that you're a victim rather than being the victimizer. Be the one that people are dealing with. Somebody want to this useless cadet or officer or this man, you will not see peace in your life, because even if they are doing all those things to you because of your God, eventually God vindicates those who are being trampled upon. God is on the side of the victim, of the victimizer. God is not on the side of God is on the side of the victim and not the victimizer. So after all this, all the things you go through, all the sorrow they cause you, all the hardship they cause you, all the delay they put for you, at the end of the tunnel, a bright light, God will shine a bright light for you. You will become a victor, you become a winner, and your life will be on for good. So I advise people, me, be the one, steal my things, I will not steal your own. Beat me, I will not beat you. injustice, do anything you want to do to me, but I will not be the one that's doing you. Maybe, who knows, that's the reason why God has made me a successful person. Thank you so much.
Wow, thanks. Wow, that's great. Okay, my people heard, and it's still open for those of you who want to call. But some people decided to put some questions. They are not calling, but I have to put the questions on the screen too for you to look at it and react to it. Some people, somebody came from a business, somebody from America, Felix Ike Anyong, is watching from US here. He said, "Congratulations, sir. We are proud of you." Then he came down and said, "What is the plan to fully commercialize it? So if the government can commercialize, um, I don't want to. This is what he said. I don't want to look like it's my own
Yeah.
question. So I've displayed what is the plan to fully commercialize this product, because that's how other countries do. We are borrowing money from other countries, and we
Yeah.
already produce something, even if it's within African countries, because none of them have done such. We can sell it and make money. So what's the plan, or what did they ever plan to commercialize it when you were in service?
Okay. Thank you very much for that, my brother. Thank you for your soft words on me. I really appreciate you. Now, when these vehicles were produced, well, they are still being used in operations in Nigeria. But you know, the first thing you do is to be self-sufficient in what you have before you commercialize, before you give orders. Because if we're still fighting bandits, we're still fighting Boko Haram and all the 36 states of Nigeria, I'm aware that the military is still conducting operations. So the ones that they are producing is meant to, support us, make sure that we don't buy them from abroad, because it's so expensive to buy these mine-resistant vehicles abroad. Let me give an empirical evidence or example. One unit of such MRAP you buy from America or from China costs in the neighborhood of 800 million to 900 million to up to 1 billion for one unit. Now, when you produce, the ones you produce locally, some of them 250 million, 300 million, you produce one unit. So you can see that you're saving foreign exchange, you're saving our country a lot of money by producing them locally. Now, the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was courageous enough to sign the Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria Act in this 2025. So that act is the act that gave DICON now the impetus to become a fully commercialized entity, to become, produce enough ammunition, enough vehicles that Nigeria can now export to other countries in Africa, West Africa, and generate revenue for the government. The current DG of DICON, the Director General, was in my house 3 weeks ago, and he came to seek one or two, advice on how he can go about this very task. And I gave him some inputs into what he can do. And I am glad to inform this our brother that efforts are being redoubled now to make sure that we produce more than enough. The military industrial complex in Nigeria is gaining momentum under his watch. That's the Major General Alaya. He's doing a good job in DICON, and I want to commend him. So don't be surprised. Hopefully, in the next 2-3 years, you can see some of these products going outside the country. And this is my prayer, and I pray that time will come when it will happen like that, so that Nigeria can begin to generate some revenue from their military industrial complex drive. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm hearing this from you. And you had the answer that is coming from the general, and I think let's have also your reaction. We have another question. It's coming from Dr. Chika Obeta Emmanuel. He said, "This is highly commendable. However, he should work more in the area of getting more young people from Osoka zone into army through NDA. I've attempted twice to getting 5 our people into NDA, and it wasn't successful."
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother Obeta. One thing, the first point I need to make here is that sometimes what you want in your life is not what God wants for you. You might have a dream to join the NDA to become an officer. It might be your ambition in life, but that might not be God's plan for you. So I use myself as an example. I studied after my secondary school. My dream and my ambition was to go and study political science or journalism. Those two courses are courses after my heart. So I started writing JAM to be able to, get admission into the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, or any other university to study these two courses that are after my heart. I never succeeded. I wrote JAM 2 times. I never succeeded. The third one, I heard about NDA and I applied and also wrote JAM again. The JAM came out, I didn't succeed. NDA came out and I passed. The rest is history now. So you see, where my dream was going was not what God wanted for me. The moment I got the career that God wanted for me, very effortlessly, I was able to make it to the NDA. So my advice to you is that we have been trying to help a lot of people from Nsukka to join NDA. You know, NDA is a quota system. So if they take from this state, they take 12, they take 12 from every state. So you cannot over-influence anything. It must be on quota system and federal character. Now, this last NDA that came out, I don't know how miraculously God did it, that 2 young men from, okay, where I come from, Umurusu, precisely where I'm born, was able to make it to the academy. And so you see, we have been represented very well. Other parts of Nsukka, Igboeze, and all of them get representatives, and we are making it because it's quota system and monitoring it. A lot of people are going in. So please, my dear, if you tried a lot of times and it didn't go, that might not be what God wants for you. Maybe God is saving your life. Maybe if you go there now, some people die as cadets, some people die as second lieutenant, some people die as captain. Maybe God has seen that the future is not that NDA will not give you what you want. Maybe that's why God is trying to make you make another career. And I pray that you listen to God, pray over it, and adjust yourself as the results come. If it doesn't come, it's not what God has made for you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I still have at least one other question because I'm looking at time. We have 48 minutes. I make sure I like to work within the space of time, especially for somebody like you who have decided to honor us with this kind of, punctuality. So we have to work within time. So let me say, let's talk about life after service. What is your gallantry? All this your. I remember when you commanded, from the information I have, when you commanded Operation Dule Lafia, you made a lot of exploits, not without risk, not without challenges, and but now in retirement, how are you continuing to embody excellence? And what vision do you have for a new kind of leadership culture in Nigeria and across Africa?
Okay, thank you so much. In retirement, I have been so focused on first and foremost to give back to my family because in my career in the army, I stayed away for most of the time from my family. And I'm always in the operational areas. So your family are the one that bear the brunt of your absence. So in the last 2.5 years, I retired. I have dug in with them so that what they lost in the last 35 years of my service, I want to give them that. I also created more time to serve God better than I did in my career because while I was in the army, most of the time duty do not allow you to, have the kind of relationship you should have with your God. Particularly like me, I'm a Catholic, an ardent and a fanatic Catholic for that matter. So I'm having more time to serve God, which I thank Him for that. Number 3 is that my community, where I come from, Umurusu in Ukehe, I'm also having more time for them. While I was in service, I related very well with them, but now I'm out of service. I'm trying to, go home more often than I did while I service so that I can contribute to building a very good community from where I come from. And ditto for Nsukka, where I come from, and even Enugu states where God has brought me to this world too. So for business and other things, I'm thinking of packaging myself for farming. I like farming, and this is a hobby that I developed in retirement. So I'm trying to get myself together. I have one of my colleagues that is into farming before me, so he's trying to mentor me in that regard. And General Buratai also is a very, very good farmer. So I'm still following him behind in retirement to learn a lot about farming. Then I also want to say that in retirement, I'm still available for national service and for state service. So here and there, we are all still have energy to work. So, but it all depends on the government. If they want to tap from our experience, we're there. I'm also consulting my community, my primary constituency, which is the military, the chief of defense staff, the chief of army staff. I'm very, very close to them. And from time to time, we hop in and say, okay, let's do this or let's do this, give one or two advice. So I'm not leaving them behind because they need to tap from us. And generally, I just want to say that in retirement, I have been, resting very well. And before I forget, I like golfing. I play a lot of golf. So I have more time to play golf than I had in service. So, and my game is improving. And I think it's one of the things that I think I'm enjoying in my retirement. It keeps me fit, it keeps me meeting my friends and colleagues, and we do a lot of socializing also as part of the golfing game. So I think I'm grateful. But most importantly for me, that family, that time I'm having for my family is the topmost agenda I have in retirement, and preparing myself for whatever assignments God might have for me in the future. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, General. Thank you, General. Thank you, General. This takes me to, because you mentioned your service to community. When I was going through those some of the activities you are involved in, I discovered that you have an NGO, you have a non-governmental organization where you award scholarship and all that. Can you really expatiate more on that?
Okay, thank you so much. In 2012 or so, my wife, Barrister Mrs. Apollonia Ezugu, was so desirous of trying to give back to my community, okay, where I come from. So she set up an NGO, VCAP Education Foundation. That VCAP is a short for Victor and Apollonia. It's our name put together that we use in form that and registered at an NGO. That NGO is headed by Professor Igbe, Associate Professor Igbe Ibeneku from my place. And we have been able to reach out to a lot of students, helping them in their tuition, in universities, in secondary schools. And my community, Umus, where I come from, a lot of them have benefited also. And okay, generally where I come from, that scholarship runs every year. At least we have up to 25 students in tertiary institutions that benefit from that scholarship. So I have been consistently sponsoring that education foundation, even in retirement now, despite the fact that the resources are lean. But I don't want God to, be angry with me. That is why we must find out a way of getting things together to run that scholarship scheme. And most of the students have graduated over the years and they're all doing well. Sometimes we assist them after their youth service to get one or two jobs here and there. We help one or two of them to get jobs. And then I'm just pleading that the mother of all charity that I have in mind, which I promised my God that I want to do, I'm begging him to keep me alive until I achieve it, is that I'm planning to run, an old people's home and elders home where I can get some older people in the community to cater for and take care of them as part of my giving back to the community. So I'm having that dream, and I want to beg God that hence I'm crying to him now that he should help me so that I'll achieve that dream. It's one of the last dream I think I want to put for myself, or task I want to put for myself. So it's all in the, trying to make sure that you give to the society, continue giving until you are no more. I don't think that's end to giving to society. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, General. I'm impressed. If I say I'm not impressed, I'm lying to myself. So I just want to talk generally before we draw the curtain. I want to talk about reward principle of Nigeria. How do you feel confident that Nigerians know how to reward people after service? Like if it is in America, if it's in UK, if it's in these Western countries where we are, somebody like you cannot even leave the circle of the military. You won't even have time. If you go back to the research. Even if you are retired, you will be in the research session because there's something that will happen now. Maybe there could be operational hazards or a lot of casualties on the side of the military in operation. Maybe in places like maneuvers are difficult and tactics are failing, tactical approaches to operations are failing. People can decide to refer to you. So you were in Ekomok, you were in this place, you were in this, and you were successful in all these battles. And what do you do? Tell the younger generation. So to sustain this interconnectedness, conversation between the elderly, the gray hair, and the Gen Zs, the younger generation, there will be consolidation in the trying to bring people back to research centers. But in Nigeria, some of these things don't happen. You, from your own experience, what do you think about the reward principle and how people are laid off and forgotten and they go down with what they know? What do you think? And what's your advice to Nigeria?
Thank you so much, Chinedu, my dear brother. I'm sure you're also worried about how things are going in our country, Nigeria, and I want to assure you that I'm equally as worried as you on this issue of reward system and how we can, tap from the experience of those who are gifted, served, retired, but they're still available. One thing we have not done so well in this country is in the area of making sure that we give the veterans, like let me talk from my constituency, giving them the best in societies after service as a compensation for their services to the nation. I've traveled far and wide. I've traveled and my colleagues in other countries that are retired in the same rank with me. I can't compare myself with them. What they earn as their pension, I can't compare it to what I receive as pension. The facilities which you hear that they give us, retirement, medical facility, and so on and so forth, it's not commensurate to what we expect to have. But I think there are moves now to address some of these issues by this government. There is a 5-man ministerial committee set up by the Minister of Defense, which I'm aware that is liaising between the veterans and the Defense Ministry to be able to work out how both soldiers and officers who have retired from service can be treated much, much better than we are being treated now. Sometimes in Nigeria, you see pensioners trying to demonstrate and go and block streets because of poor remuneration and poor, welfare schemes for them. So what I think by and large, this government is working very hard because I'm aware we interact with our colleagues. They are working hard to see what and what they can do to improve some of these rewards system for veterans. But that being said, I am also looking forward that the military, which is our background, that is our core background from where we left, maybe they could do something more in trying to tap from the knowledge and from the experience of our colleagues. The Chief of Defense Staff has set up an advisory committee. General CG Musa has set up an advisory committee, which I'm aware that is trying to get some retired colleagues to, interface with those of them in service so that they can be able to offer advices on certain areas of carrying out the operations we are having and other things, which is a commendable move. I'm also aware that the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General O.O. Luyede, is also working very hard to tap from the knowledge of some of us who are retired. Some of my classmates are into the think tank that he has to guide them, and they are doing very well in that regard, which is very positive. So I want them to sustain it. I want them to continue on that pedestal. Other services like Air Force and Navy, police, I'm not too sure, but the police own is the one that I think they need to do more, because I interacted with some police officers just last week, and they are not feeling as good as we are feeling in the army and military generally. So I pray that things get better. But by and large, Air Peace makes us to board flight before any other person boarding flight, which is just a mark of respect, which is good. But others, multinational companies, they should be able to do something more. If maybe at the end of the year or 2 times a year, there's any facility, any incentive that is going around, and they say, oh, for your services, this is what the government is doing, what federal government is doing. They can do that. It is not too difficult to do. State governments can also key into that and do something. Some of them are paying gratuities of some personnel, which is good. Some of them are trying to pay their workers, which is good. But many states are owing those who have left service. I'm not talking about military now, I'm talking about Nigerians generally. So our reward system for our ex-servicemen and all those who have served the state and the federation are not too encouraging. If you ask me to score them, I will just issue them like 55%. They still need to work very, very hard so that they can get up to 70%. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Fidelis, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, Fidelis, what do you have to add? Because you joined and I just wanted to bring you up before we wrap up. So, do you have anything to add to what we are discussing?
I am so happy to hear from my brother, my church member, and my father. Calling from the Akko here in Abuja. He's a man of integrity. And all the advice he has preferred for the government, I pray they listen to it. Because Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Let us behave like the real giant we are. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. That is Felix, and Felix is watching from Abuja. Thank you, Felix, for joining us. God bless you. This is Chinedu Anichi TV, and we are the African Voice. You're hearing me right from Atlanta, 5 minutes away from the busiest airport in the whole world. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Okay, so we just heard from Felix confessing, testifying of the general's integrity, and advising Nigeria to take this advice seriously, and we can move ahead, we can achieve miles with this kind of thing. Experience, they say, is always the best teacher. Somebody came up with, do you plan to go into politics or business? That's why I put it. The one that is not my question. I don't want to be refined. So I know the one that is coming from me and the one that is coming from my viewers. So I want to separate the two so that they will know the question coming from me and the one coming from. That's why I decided to post it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the viewer who is asking me whether I plan to go into politics or business. Let me take the issue of politics first before I go to business. I am not planning to go into politics in Nigeria for now. Why? Because I don't like the way politics is played in Nigeria. Of everything that we've done in this country, from 1999 to date, it's a learning curve for us politically. But our fortunes in politics keep nosediving. If there's a graph to take how far we've done politics well in Nigeria, as at today now, if the 1999 the graph rose to maybe 65, as at today, it's coming down to maybe 48. For me, I'm talking for myself, and because I'm a retired general, I'm into my house. I do my house. I eat my food. I'm not owing anybody common. So they are not playing politics the way it's supposed to. Electoral process is all about, selection of leaders. That's the greatest thing that politics can offer you, for people to choose who they want to govern them. And look at the charade we are doing in this country. you do election, and before you know it, somebody else, then you vote somebody into a party. I ask you to go and represent you on that party A. The man goes there after 6 months, he jumps into another party. After 3 months, one governor jumps there, but they're jumping from this thing. You don't have ideology, you don't have a manifesto, just nothing they're doing. So for me, it's not inviting. Politics in Nigeria is not. You are not invited with this. It's inviting some people. Let them go there. When you invite me, we'll see whether we can go. Somebody says that if you don't go there, they don't need good people. If good people don't go there, you leave it for dirty people to be doing. Will they even allow you? If I go to contest election now and they vote for me now, the result will come out now. You hear that my opponent, who is in the party X, is one that won the election. So what am I going to do there? And I don't have energy to fight. So I allow them. When the political terrain, when it's getting a little bit serious, the worst is even the judiciary. You go there to seek justice like this, rubbish. So my brother, my belly is not sweet about politics in Nigeria, so I don't want to talk. If I talk it makes me angry. I'm not happy about it. So for business, yeah, why not? I'm into business, and I'm a security consultant. I also have some partners that we do 1 or 2 businesses together. And honestly speaking, you ask me the question, in case you have a business for me to do, genuine business, I don't like business that I will put 1 million naira and get 60 million naira or 40 million naira. I don't like it. I like business, better business. I can put 10 million naira. When they declare profits, I can get 5 million, 6 million, 10 million on profit on top of my 10 million. I'm happy about it. I don't like business that tomorrow, I can't be able to account for my wealth. Many people are wealthy, they can't account for their wealth. I don't want blood money also in business. I don't want money that I cannot account for my God. I don't want money. So my own business is clean business that is genuine, verifiable, and I do it and I can go to sleep. You see me, I like sleeping. After this interview now, I want to go and take a nap. I'll go and collect maybe 30 minutes nap. But if I have a lot of bad things in my head and doing a lot of things, I won't be able to sleep. Some people lie down in their bed, they don't sleep. Some of these big men, they lie down. It's in the morning, they'll be able to take a nap because all through the night, their brain is, I don't like things like that. So, in a nutshell, that's just my dream of how to continue my retirement. I prefer business to politics.
Okay, somebody was calling in from UK. Let's see. Let's hear from him. Hello, hello. Yeah.
Okay, I'm watching the program, so I saw the number, I wanted to call in to just appreciate the general and also ask just a little question about the naval base in Ozuwa. I know it's outside the general army zone, that one is Navy.
Okay, I think the general is hearing you. Just go ahead and say what you feel like saying. If he has an answer for you, that's good.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, General.
Thank you so much.
Hello. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon.
I'm with you.
My name is Obo Kolo from Ovorino. So my question is, okay, well, first of all, let me appreciate General for all he has been doing, not just for the Nigerian military, but also for Nsoka people and also the military in the Enugu state in general. Now, my question is, just about this, the naval base in Ogrugu, in Ozuwane, which the Vice Admiral Imogala, the Chief of Naval Staff, had initiated in August 2023. So I just want to know if there's a way, with your position, you can help us also to keep liaising with the Vice Admiral to ensure that this naval base is fully operational, because there are so many things involved. It's about the socio-economic activities in Ozuwani, but essentially security, which is very paramount. Thank you, General, and we really appreciate you and all you stand for. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kolo.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Kolo, for your question and your contribution to this program. Yes, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu is the first service chief that we are producing from Nsukka Zone. He is a child of destiny. He is someone who, our people in Nsukka, people believe that we are bush people, we are native people. Nsukka man is, I don't know, but God, who hears the cry of the victimized people, used this president to give us the first service chief we are producing from Nsukka Zone. And I can testify here that the right man got that job. He's the man after God's heart. He has done very well. In the Nigerian Navy, they're having the best of time. For a very long time, Vice Admiral Ogala's record and pedigree in the Navy had been something. He just spent 2 years plus, and it's like as if he has been there for 5 years. The monumental achievements he has made in the Navy. So that naval base at Ogurugu is one of the issues that I know is very dear to his heart. I consult with him, I advise him. So I'm talking from point of view of someone who is very well informed about all the situation there. As of today, they have a commander on the ground there, and they have just close to 100 naval ratings there. It has never been like that before. They're building their barracks, and because of that, sanity has come down to Uzuwan a little bit in the waterways along the Ogurugu and going up to Anambra and even up to Delta states. By the time they complete that base, they are going to dominate those general area very well to make sure that sea-related piracy and activities are reduced to the barest minimum. So, like I told you, he is very, very, hopeful that he will finish that term before his tour of duty elapses, whenever God says that his time is up. So, we also, the veterans from Nsukka, we went and met our governor about 6 months ago, and we tabled the issue of the security situation in Uzuwan with him, and then he reacted immediately. That is when they fortified the Uzuwan, the divisional police station, upgraded it, and brought a lot of vehicles and men to be able to, fortify the security there. The military also, which belongs to me, we met the GOC in Enugu, and we spoke to him highly about the issues of Uzuwan. So those areas, things are coming down now, and particularly in Uzuwani, I'm sure that you can bear me witness that things are getting much better there in terms of security. So we made a case that they should try to get drones, and you know that forest guard, they are trying to organize it in the Enugu states, get them more arms, get them more weapons so that they can dominate all the forests in Uzuwani very well. So that is being done, and I'm sure that things are getting better. So, but like I said, Chinedu is a good friend of mine. Any one of you, he has my contact, he can avail my contact, please. In case of any issue, you can get me directly, and I will definitely react to anything that has to do with insecurity in those areas, because I have the ears of the government and the security agencies in Enugu State. I've been a retired general, they give me audience whenever, and they take my advice a little bit serious, along with my colleagues who are headed by Major General Ugoke, retired. He's the head of all of us that are interfacing with government of Enugu State and the security agencies and the military. So I can assure you that things are getting better. The worst is over for us in terms of insecurity in Nsukka Zone. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, General, for reacting. This time I'm not going to highlight you. I want to be face to face with you why I asked you this question, and that is what it comes to do with identity. the concept of one soccer, you know. So when I started this TV, I started it with the name Otobon Soccer. So which is Nsukka Village Square. That's how I started. Before now, there are demands that this should not just be within Nsukka alone, that this is bigger than something just Nsukka. That's how it became African Voice. But when we started, it was with Tobun Nsukka. So Nsukka. So I started it with, when I came to the US, I thought of how do I give back to my people? There's light here, there's technology, there's anything. I thought of the media. So I said, this is for our people's voice to be heard, for Nsukka people. So I started with Tobun Nsukka. Every Saturday we do it, and all the Nsukka people all over the world will be speaking Nsukka. We speak Nsukka. We don't speak English. Then people started requesting, even the French people. I have a French section that when we come, I have a reporter from Cameroon, a lady who is working with the TV in Cameroon. She comes here to speak to the people in French because they are demanding to hear from me, but I don't know how to speak French. So, and it bothers me that Nsukka man should be a man who should be heard everywhere because of the underlying disposition of our morality and our sincerity. So, as Nsukka man, how proud are you? And what are those tendencies that you used that made you successful in your career that you can refer to be Nsukka tendencies or Nsukka cultural values?
Okay. Thank you very much for this question. Honestly speaking, this question is one of those that have made my day today. I'm a very proud Nsukka man. Nsukka Cultural Zone, as we call ourselves, is one of the melting points in Enugu State. We are known to be very, very people of high integrity. And Nsukka man does not cheat people. And Nsukka man is always saying the truth. Point a gun to his head, he will stand by the truth and die by the truth. Although of recent, since when this Yahoo started coming, when this is the why, and all this things started creeping into our place, and they started making a mess of an identity that we have nurtured over years. But let me speak for myself. I think my career success is based because I have that Nsukka values and Nsukka tendencies in me. Hard work. Nsukka man will give everything to you. Integrity. Nsukka women are one of the most, they have the highest level of fidelity in marriage. As a friend of mine in Lagos, his brother in US is crippled. He married an Nsukka woman. They came back to Nigeria and they visited me in Ojo Barracks. I was a captain there. That man, crippled man, was telling me that this is your sister. That after God, this is my God here. That since I married this woman, he never left me one day. And that is what our women are known for. They enter, they don't enter. They don't do chua in marriage. So these values over years, we have nurtured them, we have tried to sustain them. But I'm not saying that every Nsukka man is on this side. There are some Nsukka people who have allowed, for any reason whatsoever, to be on the other side. But my appeal to them is to say that we have the University of Nigeria and Nsukka situated, that's the highest economy we have in Nsukka, you know. And since that Nsukka University was established by Nnamdi Azikiwe, it has remained one of the best universities in Nigeria. They call themselves Lion. Anybody that goes to Nsukka said, oh, you're a lion or lioness. The female graduates are called lioness, the male are called lion. And they are so proud and so dedicated and so educated. When they flash, very unfortunately, recently, I think the one minister of Science and Technology, his certificates came under question from Nsukka. These are aberrations. These are, setbacks that, people come to our place. And before, even once the Nsukka is a center of excellence, people come from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from other African countries to school in Nsukka in those days, in the 60s and up to 70s and 80s.
Even in the 80s,
so
I knew when they had some Germans, they had some Europeans in UNN. I'm from Erona. Look at my place. Look at it. you know.
It's in your place. Yes, you are part of the contributing that contributed the land for university. So those are the things that we are known for. And then so I want to encourage my people to say, please, let's preserve that tendency, that cultural value that God has given us. You know, so and Suka man is not violent. Suka man, it's not violent man. And so these are things like that. When our people are doing apprenticeship in business, when I was in Ojo, whenever they tell this is Suka boy that he stole, I will call him and say, come, go and check your DNA very well. Maybe your father is from I know, maybe Imo State or somewhere they say it's from Suka. Maybe your mother because ordinarily in Suka boys, when they apprentice, they don't steal money. But now, I cannot swear for them now. But generally, our place, if you have 100 Suka people, I'm assuring that 80, 90 is good. You have just about 10% that are, black sheep from Suka. So I think by the grace of God, let's sustain this. It is a thing that we are known for, and we'll give service, we'll give, we're highly religious people, and that's things I think I know Suka for.
Okay, sir. You mentioned some of the things the President Tinubu has done, like having a committee to look into the veterans and commercializing the engineering army, this thing, so and all those things. So generally, coming from your own position, because you cannot say for everything. You have talked about politics, the ones you don't like and the ones you like, but generally from your own army side, what will you say about the administration of this President Tinubu?
Okay, what I would say about President Tinubu administration is that there was a lot of hype when he was coming in, when he took over government. The administration was so high, and it's not only him, including President Buhari, President Obasanjo, including President Jonathan. Only person that is not in that category is late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, great man. For me, he's the best president Nigeria have had in my own time as a historian. I'll tell you that man, I take him out. He stood out very, very clearly. So the present Tinubu administration, a lot of expectations were so high because we believe that having governed Lagos for 8 years, and the way Lagos is transformed as an economic nerve center in West Africa, Lagos is nobody takes that away from Lagos, and we cannot deny the fact that Tinubu did well in Lagos. So we are now expecting the Tinubu magic in Nigeria. But I think Nigeria is overwhelming President Tinubu because maybe he underrated the enormous problem that this country has. So he's just 2 years plus into his administration, and I'm begging God, I'm praying for him that he should, bring out his hidden, I don't know whether there's anything like hidden talent or hidden, I don't know the English to use.
Strategies, the Lagos punch strategy.
Yeah, Lagos boy. Anything that is Oduduwa, if there's any oracle he knows in Yoruba land, that he can go and consult and bring out and be able to give us, first-class leadership in Nigeria up to end even the first 4 years. Let him allow him to finish 4 years and score a good score, so that from there we can take it up and know whether you should continue or not continue. But once you talk in Nigeria, people are already doing like God. They permutate as if the people don't matter anymore. Mr. President, I pray that he should get things done very better than he's doing now. In terms of economy, in terms of security, in terms of transformations, education, and everything, expectations is too high. I think our expectation, we are still praying that our expectation should be met. And those working for him, those are one thing he has done well, I cannot deny, is that he has generated more money in this country than any other president before him. He has also disbursed money to governors more than any other president before him. But at the federal level and whatever they are doing, the result is not commensurate to the volume of funds that is circulating in the country. So I pray. My own is to, they say pray for your leaders. God, I pray for President Tinubu. I do so. I'm praying for him. May God just, guide him well, so that particularly this cankerworm of corruption, I am waiting for President Tinubu to take one drastic measure, anti-corruption measure, on either one individual or 2 or 3 individuals that have been corrupt, and let us see what is going to happen. I have not seen that. So please, I'm begging President through this media, Chinedu, let them hear me and say that I'm praying for him, that he should redouble his efforts so that he can take us to where we expect him to take us. He has good dreams for Nigeria, but sir, dream and reality, they should match. They are not matching yet.
Yeah, thank you for the courage to speak out. Thank you. Excellence isn't a rank, sir. It's a lifestyle. And as we have learned today from Major General V.O. Ezugu, when service meets passion, history salutes you, sir. Follow this conversation, my people. Share it with friends and members. Africa rises, where her sons and daughters serve with excellence. And this is one of our sons that have made us proud in the military sector. He served with excellence, integrity, and still advocating for sustenance of continuity of incorruptible processes, both in service and out of service. I salute you, General Ezugu. This generation is blessed by you. And we pray that you live longer. And we pray that this government also will look at your side and bring people like you to come and share 1 or 2 things and show this integrity you have, so that Nigerians will emulate, the younger generations will emulate. You are still strong, you are still agile, despite all the battle maneuvers and experiences and challenges you have gone through. You are still smart, so you can still work for Nigeria. Stronger than many of our politicians. You are more agile than many of our politicians. So thank you, sir, for honoring this. And finally, please, what can you say about this your boys platform, Chinedu Anichi TV, African?
Thank you so much, my dear brother Chinedu. What I will say about your platform is that you're a go-getter. You are someone who God has just, created and prepared so that you can be a voice of the voiceless. Our people from Nsukka, we are, believed to be people who, backward people. But with what you have demonstrated in this interview and how you have managed and packaged, talking to me, I believe that you're someone who has a lot to offer to the, press, and also to the, IT, and you are sophisticated in service delivery. Let me just try to speak that small English. I wish you well, and all I pray God is to continue to increase your rising, so that, from step to step, year after year, we have started a partnership. I've just told Israel, my ICT person here, who has been doing my documentary over years, he's preparing the documentary for me. I'm writing my autobiography, and that will be ready by next year by the grace of God, because with what God has done for me, I can't go to the grave with it. Generations unborn will not, I will be doing myself disservice. In fact, God will chase me back if I don't, put hand on paper and say, this is what I think about life. So he's been doing the documentary, and I just told him today that you are a great guy. He's going to work with you. When I'm ready for that documentary, you will not be in US, so you'll be back home, so that we'll package it in such a way that it will tell our story. I want you to be following me to tell my story. And please continue to identify other people from other areas, Yoruba, Hausa, Nigeria.
The problem is that, you see, this opportunity, thank God that at least for you coming, others will see that you came. So the problem is that, what they say, a prophet is not honored in his own domain. You see, senators, having senators, House of Rep members, great people in US, in other countries are coming to my show. But sometimes even Nigerians are not reached. And when you call them, and there's something very serious. Our people, what they don't pay for, things that they don't pay for, they don't value. A lot of people pay me to be in this show, but I have decided to bring Africans without charging them. So because I do it free, so some of them don't take it serious. Especially although some people are beginning to see the impact of what this show does, and now they are beginning to realize. And for people like you, like Professor Barton Nigeria, have featured in this show from Nigeria. Two House of Rep, Okeza have been here. Professor Stobu have been here. Professor Asogo have been here. I've hosted like 18 professors. So I have had a lot of people. Kano Wanko have been in this show. That Shoke have been in this show. Great people have been in this show. So, but at least for having you in this show, some people will know that we are serious for having you in this show. So that is just it. And you also help me to reach them because some of them, you talk to them. Like this Ogala, maybe he might not like to come to press while he's still in service. Anyway, I don't know. But he can also talk about his own people. He can also come to Suka show and encourage Suka people. We have other great men who would like to come put a spotlight on, and so that they will know. It's encouraging the younger generation. So
that's true.
So thank you for you coming. And thank you.
I promise you, we're going to be working together. Oh, I will
Yes,
facilitate one of the things. I don't want to make too much progress, but let's see how it goes. Oh, thank you. You need to be encouraged. I'm very proud of you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're a good brother. You're a great man.
I'm proud of you. Brother. My people, you have seen it today on this show. We had Major General V.O. Ezugu live and direct on this show. So I thank you for coming, for your humility, for your punctuality. 30 minutes before the time you're already here. That shows who you are. And even in retirement, you still show such agility and such ability and such excellence. Thank you, sir, for making us proud. Usuka to the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Ime. Dan. Well, thank you. Okay. Hey, it's all about it. It's all about it. When you shut down now, we're going for lunch. Madam, prepare lunch for us. Hey.
Yeah, my people, how you doing? This is Chinedu Anichi TV, and you've seen it today. We had General Ezugu in the show, and it was a wonderful conversation. So please just share this live video. You're on Instagram. I don't know where you're watching from, but try and share. Try and share, and try and support us. Those who have stars to give us, I thank all those who are sending stars and those who are sending a lot of people. Please, if you are watching this thing, please share it in your page so that your followers will see it and they will see. And put a notification, please put a notification on your stuff. And anytime we are here, you can always come up. Please, God bless you people. God bless you people. I'm so happy that you are here with me. God bless you. All those who are here live, thank you for participating. Everybody. So, come on. Wow.